What's up, you guys? Day 9 of my extended fast. Tomorrow's the day. And I'm feeling good today. I woke up really strong, tons of energy. But then about 12 noon, it kind of dissipated a little bit. I started to feel a little weak again. I guess there's just an ebb and flow here. You know, someone commented on the film, Deborah commented on the film that's on my tongue, which I showed in my last video. And she said, that's one funky tongue, basically. She said, you must have a lot of toxins. And that could be true, you know. This is my first extended fast as an adult. And I haven't had a fast since I was, a long fast since I was 16. So kind of a big deal. And I'm also hoping that if there is something to this detoxification process, the next extended fast will be easier, I hope. We'll see. Thank you to all of you who left comments and some articles for me to read. I really haven't got to them yet. It's been kind of hectic today because I feel so good. I've been getting work done. I've been being productive, doing things, prepping for the trip here this weekend to go visit my family. So, but I will get to those articles and read more about it, especially in lieu of next time, you know. But, so my mood's been good. Energy's been fairly stable, except for there around 12 noon. And now I feel good again, so I'm going to keep busy the rest of the evening. I want to deal with the topic today of doubters, haters, and the ignorant opinionated. And what got me thinking about this was Cy K, the user on YouTube known as Cy K, has been a long time supporter of the channel, encouraging word, encouraging voice in the comments section. I was really glad to hear from her because I hadn't heard from her in a while. She's one of the good vegans. She is not a rage monster when she finds out that other people eat meat sometimes. She seems pretty level-headed and cool. And she left a comment, and I'm not going to read the whole thing, but she says, I'm going to start another extended fast. Family worries about me so much. I wish they understood. They think I'm getting too thin, but no one else does. I certainly don't see the things they say concern them. They say I am gaunt and that my vertebrae can be counted. This is so confusing to me because I think I have a pretty good idea of what I look like. And she talks about some personal stuff here, some challenges that she's going through right now where she's had to eat some foods that she really doesn't prefer, some processed, nasty, cheaper foods, and hasn't been able to eat as many whole foods as she likes. But she says, I feel my body is incarcerated by these anti-food ingredients and I need to cleanse so I can get it back to being in a world of health and substance. Because of my family, I feel I need to keep it a secret in order to get it done. I had them on board with me for a little while, but they found it wasn't for them. I can't go on eating the way they want me to without feeling absolutely terrible. I grow weary of food and thinking about it all the time. I need a break from it. And so thank you, Cy K, for another good comment. I do not recommend fasting. I do not recommend things on this channel. What I do is tell you my story. However, you guys obviously know that I am fasting friendly and that I've had good experiences with fasting. So, you know, I do support people if they say they want to fast. You know, it's funny with family. We all know that anecdotal singular person who is 35 years old, a CrossFit trainer, who's out running one day and has a massive heart attack and dies on the road. Okay, we all have a story like that, or someone that we know, or a friend of a friend, or something like that we know that happened. Yet none of us, even in spite of the risks, none of us would advocate that we stop exercising, right? None of us would say, well, you may possibly have a heart attack without even considering the chances. You may possibly have a heart attack, so therefore you should not exercise. It's dangerous. And it's true that every time you exercise, every time you have sex, every time you get your heart rate up, you are in danger of a heart attack. It's a fact. But what is it? It's a very slim possibility. And I feel the same way about fasting. I feel like people have a knee-jerk reaction to fasting more so than they do with exercise. But really, to me, the two things go hand in hand. They're both excellent. They both provide benefits in their own way that are separate from each other, and that you can't get one without the other. But yet people resist it. And so that's a good question. You know, what do you do when your family is the one resisting things? Now, I don't know Psyche. I don't know you in person. You could be anorexic for all I know. I mean, let's be real. This is the internet. But I get what you're saying, and I've had family sort of, I've been up against that before. Well, because people say very common things when you say you're fasting or doing some sort of a regimen. They say why are you starving yourself? Never mind that starvation is involuntary, unless you're Gandhi. Starvation is involuntary. People are put in a situation where they can't get food, they don't have the resources, and they starve. That's totally different than fasting. Fasting is a willful choice for benefits that are up to the person. But people just think you're starving yourself, and they think there's all these negative, consequences that you're going to have when you fast. And it's just, never mind, it's myth, So my advice to you is stop talking to people. Stop talking to people. Don't talk to your family about it. The only people who know that I'm fasting are my close family, the family that I have right here, that I live with. My wife and children know that I'm fasting. And a few other people, maybe at church or just connections. There's at least one person watching the channel who I go to church with, who just discovered it. I think I posted it on Facebook or something, or he found it somehow. But for the most part, I really haven't pimped out the channel that much to people that are in my family, because I don't really want to get into those conversations. Now, I'm going this weekend to meet with family, my mother, brother, sister, and their spouses and children, and they'll probably come up. Hey, what's your deal? And I'll probably be eating less because I'll be coming off of an extended fast. So I'm assuming that I'll probably have a diminished appetite. So I won't be eating like a wolf like I normally do. And that may come up in conversation. But you know what? I'm not going to argue with people. It's kind of like politics. I'm past the point of it. I'm past the point of arguing. I'm not interested in a debate. I already know I'm right. I mean, I'm joking. But, I just want peace. I really don't understand people who have the mindset that is so closed. It's like they go through life with blinders on, and they just can't engage in a conversation unless you agree with them. They just have to. If you don't agree with them, they get mad. And I just find that so strange, because I want to grow. So like, to grow, I can't just get calcified. I can't just sit down and get calcified in what I think I know and not explore new things. That's what got me into fasting to begin with. This is an adventure to me. And it just so happens that it's an adventure that's led me to better health. But a lot of people they just can't get it, and you should just not even engage with them, So when you see I really believe that this is a part of the weight loss journey, especially if you're fasting. But I mean, people can go on a potato diet and eat just potatoes. Nobody bothers them. They may say, that's weird, but they don't come out in a frenzy and frothing at the mouth to try to get them to change their minds. Now, if I was your family and you were clearly, you clearly didn't need to fast, I'd probably say something to you. That's the honest truth. So it works both ways. It just depends. You. And I say that all the time. I don't recommend things. I'm not a doctor, biologist, nutritionist, dietitian. I don't recommend things so much as just tell my story. And so all this is just opinion. So whether you want to follow it or not is up to you guys. I'm speaking to the broader community here. It's up to you guys. But part of the weight loss journey is to deal with people who have their own opinions. If I stand up and say, well, this worked for me, 10 people are going to come over and say, well, I read this book and it says this, or I read this. Never mind, their information is junk science. It's outdated. It doesn't make sense. It's not logical. It's not reasonable. It's not workable in the long term. They just think that you need to hear that. And that's just part of it. So we have to kind of develop patience with people and have our own strategy in weight loss of dealing with that when it comes up, whether it's from family, friends, social circle, people at work, whatever it is. I saw this one woman on social media, and she was complaining because her coworkers did not understand her fasting, and they kept making comments to her, and she got on social media all butthurt saying they just don't understand. And I'm reading it going, why are you so stupid that you told them about it? Just don't even tell them about it. You know, they don't need to know. People don't need to know. They're on a need to know basis. So work with it that way. And I'll say this. I used to say, I think I've said in one or two videos that I'd like to see more YouTubers and more fasters who are talking about their experiences, testimonial stuff like I'm doing here. And I want to say this now that this channel is just about the 6-month point, I want to say this. Do not make a YouTube channel. Do not put your stuff out there if you are thin-skinned. If you cannot take criticism or you can't take negativity and people harshen your mellow, YouTube is not the place to put things, because if you put things out there, you are going to attract people who disagree with you. If you guys look at my videos, you'll see there's a few dislikes on every video. I have made some people mad since starting this channel. It wasn't, and I don't even consider that I made them mad. I think they were mad when they came here, and that's different. But you know, you're going to encounter people if you start a channel. My experience since I started this YouTube channel is I've encountered people who have chips on their shoulders. They come in and they come into, you know, I'm talking here about my experiences. So I'll say, look, fasting lowered my blood pressure, lowered my cholesterol, lowered my blood glucose. I lost nearly 70 pounds here in this 6 months. I might be at the 60-pound point, a 70-pound point, I'm sorry. All my metabolic processes are perfect. You know, all the things that doctors measure for your health are absolutely pristine at this point. And they were in the tank when I started. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't tie my shoes. So I'll say all this stuff, and someone will say, well, Steve, you're doing fasting wrong. You're doing it wrong. And they'll insist that I agree with them. You know? Or you can't do keto. I had one person tell me that I can't eat any fat. I must go low carb vegetarian, because if I eat fat, I'll be wearing it. Well, guess what, lady? All these people who do keto are losing weight. How do you explain that? It's so frustrating. So I get it, Psyche, and I've actually gotten it from the public a little bit. And you just have to blow it off, girl. You just have to live your life, do what you need to do. Be positive, because really, here's what I want to say, my final word here. There are way more people that are adults, that are respectful, that are open-minded. That is the majority of people that I've encountered, at least on the YouTube community and really in real life. I think there are more grown-ups. It's a polarizing world. We live in a polarized world in politics, in almost any sphere you could name, you know. Just remember that these people, if they're mad at you, if they're upset with you, if they're criticizing you to the point where they're just leaving flame and char marks on your, you know, in your hair and on your clothes, they're not coming from a good place. You know, there's something wrong with them. It's not you. So just keep that in mind. These are just general things that I use to deal with trolls, doubters, haters, and the ignorant opinionated. You know, so seek those people out. Seek positivity. Seek people that are positive, and that when they criticize you, will do it constructively and positively and with genuine concern for you. That's what you need. That's the sort of people you need to seek out, instead of stopping their ears and shrieking at you and having a, you know, going off on the internet trying to flame a creator on the internet, someone who's sharing his own story. You know, weight loss isn't easy. It's difficult enough to begin with. The changes that we need to make are difficult enough to begin with, so you don't need negativity. So push those negative people back. Just ignore them. If you can't, if they're family and you can't, you know, abandon their presence, and you love them and they love you, do what you're going to do, you know. just keep in mind everything, fasting, exercise, living life, going out to the grocery store, driving your car, everything is a risk. So keep that in mind. You know, and I just want to share with you guys a few snippets from some emails that I've gotten just to show you the positive things that can happen if you do share your story, if you do engage other people. And just some of the encouragements that I've gotten from people who share their story with me, encourage me, and they pour gasoline on my fire, in the fire of my passion for this and my motivation to keep going here for these 10 days. So many people have emailed from all over the world. Just this morning, I got an email from Chioma Anumudu. Probably just butchered your name, Chioma, but I know that in the Igbo language, it means God is good. I love your name. But Chioma was very obese. She weighed 300 pounds 5 years ago, and she has brought her weight down past 220 pounds, and she tried to do a longer fast. She tried to do a 5-day fast and encountered serious problems on day 3 and day 4. She had terrible fatigue. She started getting rashes on her skin. She got heart palpitations. She got her blood pressure went up. So wisely, she stopped fasting. That is very wise to do. And I would have stopped fasting if I had, especially the heart palpitations and the blood pressure spiking. So she says, I continued ADF after I broke my fast on day 4, and I never stopped because for me now it is more of a lifestyle and daily routine. So the ADF protocol is not causing all those things. It was an attempt at an extended fast, and who knows what else is going on. You know, one thing I'll say, if you're doing an extended fast, you should probably have a doctor monitor it, sign off on it, consult with someone who can help you out a little bit. For just such a thing as this, who can offer some insight into what's going on. But she never stopped. She got back to ADF. Her cravings for food, especially carbs, are reduced. She prefers to eat dark green vegetables, healthy fats and all. She says, thanks to you, I realized my problem, which is insulin resistance. Thank you, and thank you again for your honesty and helping me see things the right way. Your fan from Lagos, Nigeria, Chioma Anumudu. Thank you, Chioma. Appreciate the email. At the start of my fast, I got an email from Peter. Well, I'll just say Peter V. He's a Greek. He's a Greek Canuck. He's from up in Canada here. And he says, hello, Steve. I've been meaning to write to you for a long time because you have been a big part in my lifestyle change that I believe saved my life. Today I saw you were starting an extended fast, so I wanted to write to you ASAP. I came across your videos when I stumbled across fasting. I devoured Jason Fung's videos and others, and then I came across your videos. Your folksy charm and results gave me the much needed push I needed. Like you, I was a big guy, 6'1" and 309 pounds. I started exhibiting all the symptoms of prediabetes. Caloric restriction made me miserable and was never permanent. Welcome to the club. I was desperate. I came across fasting and realized it makes sense. I also decided that I needed an extended fast to recalibrate my insulin resistance, but I was scared. Your videos may be determined. So here's what Peter did for me that was really a gift. Okay, I just want to share this on the channel. I want to just give him a shout out here. He sent me a link to a Dropbox account where he has these videos where he recorded his experience with this 8-day fast that he went on. And I was only on the second day or maybe the third day when I binge watched them all in an evening. And I just have to say, Peter, thank you so much. It was motivating for me. It was enlightening for me. You speak very well. You should have a YouTube channel if you're thick-skinned like I am, or because if it helped me, it will help other people. So I just want to encourage you to do something with those videos and do something, share your journey, because people need it. You know, when I'm on the middle of a 10-day fast, you know what I'm looking for? I'm looking for testimonials. I'm looking for people to keep me motivated and encouraged. So I'm reading books about fasting. I'm researching. I'm looking out for testimonials to see what pitfalls other people have experienced or what successes they've had. I'm trying to get the whole picture because I don't know a whole lot, you know, so I want to keep growing in knowledge. And So your videos really helped me to do that a lot. So he started on July 24th at 309 pounds. He ended, he sent me an email on 8/23, August 23rd, and he had lost 22 pounds in a month, down from a 55 waist to a 50-inch waist. And he says, Steve, thank you so much for the very important part you played in getting me healthy again. And that's Peter. Thank you, Peter. From Jane, Melbourne, Australia. I am a 60-year-old woman who has struggled with weight all her life. I'm 5'7" and cycle constantly between 72 kilos and 98 kilos. I'm an American, a stupid American who doesn't use the metric system, so I don't know what those are unless I actually sit down and figure it out, do the conversion. But that's a large range of things that you move through. She says, guess where I am right now? Anyway, I've been feeling overwhelmed and devastated to be unable to fit my clothing once again. However, I came across your videos. You are so calming. Calm blue ocean, calm blue ocean, calm blue ocean, calm blue ocean. Your sensible thoughts have given me the motivation to start once again. It is valuable to come across someone who does not make laws. I don't make laws. I say you figure it out. You experiment. I'm not responsible for you people. But who encourages reflection and adjustment based on personal circumstances. You are the perfect coach for me. I relate to so much of what you say, especially the crazy emotional connection to food. I now look forward to alternative days of fasting. Plus, I started going to aqua aerobics every morning at our local pool. Here's to being healthy again by Christmas. Wish me luck. Thank you again, Jane, Melbourne. Thank you, Jane, for writing. Ryan in Thailand says, I really want to thank you for doing these videos. Your videos are probably the best on YouTube for information on guys in our middle age trying to lose weight and doing this as a lifestyle, not just a diet. I plan on doing intermittent fasting and fasting for the rest of my life. I'm a 35-year-old single dad living in Thailand at the moment, and I am loving your programs. Please keep them going. So there you go. There is a wealth of positivity to be had in this world, people out there that are gaining knowledge, that are sharing knowledge, and that to me is the ultimate way that you deal with doubters, haters, and the ignorant opinionated. You educate them, when they bring their idea, you bring better ideas. That's how you win. That's my thoughts for today, day 9. Tomorrow's the day I've been waiting on, day 10, when I break this fast. Eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow we fast. See you later.